Hello and welcome to the Fishstakes Game of the Year Awards. Now, each of us has chosen a game that this year we thought deserved to be highlighted in a special way, that we played the most or that we enjoyed the most. And also, here is a commemorative special mention for Halo Infinite. This game recently released last week and we've all been playing it a lot. Now, it doesn't go into the Game of the Year Awards because it's only a week old, but it gets a special mention because we love Halo and you'll be seeing a lot more of it on our channel as you have already. So without further ado, here are the games in no particular order. Enjoy. Number 5.
What's happening, lads? It's Jake, and my pick for 2021 goes to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl. Now, these are released on the 19th of November, so you could argue that it's cheated its way into this list as it's remakes of an existing game, and they released late in the year. But the reason it's making its way into the list as my pick is because I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I have been from a really young age. Although I played earlier generations of the games, I only really started getting invested and serious when Diamond and Pearl released originally. Not only that, but in my opinion, the Gen 4 games had the most enjoyable story, some of the best Pokemon designs of all time, and some really fun features like the underground, contests, and even minor things like Pokeball customization. Although this is a remake of an already existing game, it was a game that I really enjoyed as a kid, and I loved going back and feeling the nostalgia of something I invested lots of hours into, whilst adding some of my favourite things about the newer game releases, like 3D models, following animations, and even eliminating the need of a fucking HM slave. Yeah, fuck you, Barrel. Even changes I was originally unsure about, such as the new chibi overworld art style, I end up being totally unfazed by it, and this is something that I really thought would annoy me during the play. Again, though, albeit a remake, it does have some new additions that I found quite satisfying or enjoyable, some of which are the changes to the Underground. Now rebranded to the Grand Underground, you can do so many more things in comparison to the original, such as find and catch Pokemon in specific biomes called hideaways. These will even let you find rare or exclusive Pokemon. In my playthrough, I caught a Magby in the volcanic cave quite early on. Normally, without trading, you wouldn't be able to get this Pokemon until after you've beaten the game. You've now also got things such as type effectiveness in battles, just in case you tend to forget how certain types match up. You can now also access the PC from anywhere, you don't need a Pokemon Center. And you can even change your character's costume, although there are only a handful of options, and one of them is a pre-order bonus, but at least it's something. Overall, I really enjoyed travelling back through Sinnoh, re-establishing my old team, and beating the living shit out of a giant space god, and then making him a pet. So in my opinion, it's made an already brilliant game really shine out again, and I'd highly recommend it.
Number 4.
What's up guys, James here with my choice, and I'm going with one of the smaller games of the year, but certainly my most enjoyed. I've chosen Aragami 2, the sequel to 2016's Aragami from Lynxworks. Aragami 2 is a third-person stealth game with vastly improved stealth mechanics over its predecessor. A strong focus on fast-paced silent assassin playstyle, the game rewards you for being swift, deadly, and ultimately unseen. You play as a Shadow Clan assassin, a lost soul searching for answers with the power of the shadows at your command. A range of abilities allow you to mix up your techniques to create some devastating stealth-fueled tactics in order to progress. If, like me, you've had a Splinter Cell-sized hole in your heart for the longest time now, then I really think you should give this game a go. It might not come with all of the flashy storytelling and graphics of a AAA game that you'd expect nowadays, but it certainly holds its own and it'll definitely scratch that stealth itch. And if you have any interest in Japan, then you'll find enjoyment there too. A game full of Japanese architecture, ninjas, samurai. There are boss battles, there are really cool fleshed out boss characters and stuff like that. Very stylized designs of the characters and the armor and things of that nature. It might not have been developed over in the East, but it's certainly been inspired by it. An enjoyable story with some beautifully stylized visuals. If you're a stealth enthusiast like myself, or have any interest in Japanese mythos, I highly recommend giving it a go. Plenty of customization options too, and they don't cost anything. So shout out to 343, know you're watching. It also features 3-player co-op, so you can even get the rest of the Shadow Clan involved if you'd like to. I prefer to play solo, Splinter Cell style, but the choice is yours. Either way, Aragami 2 gets my vote.
Number 3. Okay, for my game, I've chosen Hades. Now, this is not technically a game that came out this year, per se. It was out last year on Nintendo Switch and PC, but it came out this year on Xbox Live. Now, I've put about 3 days worth of game time into this. I love it because it's a roguelike. Now, I love roguelike games, and I love the challenge of them, so Hades fit right in there. Now, a reason why Hades stood out so much for me is because it's got some fantastic Greek mythology in it as well. You get to meet all of the gods, they've all got their own little characteristics to them, and the art style is absolutely amazing. Now, the gameplay is just incredible as well. It's very difficult, it taxes you and makes you really hate the game, but also really love it at the same time. Every time you die, you get sent back to the very start, and you keep doing this until you beat the game. You must beat the game a number of times before you even unlock anything special as well. So it's basically there to make you very annoyed, but also enjoy the game. Each time you die and each time you restart, all the characters in the game have different things to say to you, and you'll also learn everyone's backstory and the reason for why they're there. You'll meet all the gods, you'll speak to all the gods on different levels, and you'll get new different abilities from them. You also meet special different gods as well. I haven't shown much gameplay because I don't want to spoil everything about the game, but from what you can see it's a very fast-paced hack and slash game where you've got to dodge the enemies and try to fight your way through the bowels of hell until the very end, where something happens and you'll learn more about the story as you go on. If you're a fan of roguelike games such as Enter the Gungeon, Binding of Isaac, then you should definitely check out Hades. It's really worth a look, even if just for the story alone. Thank you for this, and I hope you definitely check it out. Number 2.
So my game of the year for 2021 is Outriders. Came out in April and is a looter shooter, but it's set up with a tiered difficulty system. More like one you'd expect to find in a game like Diablo. This means that it's constantly encouraging you to challenge yourself, increase that difficulty out a little bit, but doesn't force you to. So if you want to play it a little bit more casually, you can do. The game allows you to choose from several different build types. It means you can approach the game with whatever style you want. And all of them have their advantages, their disadvantages, play fairly balanced. The game also has a perk system within the gear and armour that you wear, which can be tailored to your game type, your gameplay type. It allows you to further customise the way you want to play, with abilities being added to weapons and armours that can be paired with your abilities and class. Now, this game plays best as a co-op game, however I did play this solo and still found it to be really good fun. So whether you're playing with friends or on your own, I would recommend giving it a go. It is on Game Pass, so definitely worth at least a little try and see if it's your type of game. But yeah, that's my game of the year, 2021.
Number 1.
Hi there, Craig from Fishstakes, and I have decided to go with the game 12 Minutes made by Annapurna Interactive for my choice. I really enjoyed this game when it came out in August, and I believe it has just launched on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation on December the 7th. So I think it's now pretty much widely available. I really enjoyed this game and I thought it was something different and I really appreciated it. I don't really think I've played anything like it before, so so I really took to it for that reason. It is a top-down point-and-click sort of mystery game where your character, the husband, voiced by James McAvoy, who you might know from Wanted, or maybe Split, or Young Professor X in the X-Men films. He arrives home to his wife, voiced by Daisy Ridley, known from Star Wars, and then he finds out that he's actually stuck in a time loop when a mysterious policeman arrives at the door, also voiced by Willem Dafoe, who I mainly know as the original Goblin from the Spider-Man films. So, yeah, stellar cast in this game, which I really appreciate. I think they all do a great job. And so you're basically replaying this loop over and over again, and you have to try and figure out what is going on, why you're in a time loop, and figure out lots and lots of secrets and plot twists along the way. You can interact with your environment, and the game is based on sort of a lot of replayability, and you can keep going through the same cycle over and over again, learning different things or tweaking your strategy slightly differently, and you can experience, I think there's maybe 4 or 5 endings. I think there's one true ending, and there's another maybe 4 other ways to finish the game. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing this, and I highly recommend it.
Thanks everyone for watching this. Hope you all enjoyed the Game of the Years from all of us at Fishstakes. Have a very fantastic holidays, and we'll see you in the new year for more content. Toodaloo-doodles!